This is Capital Secrets, and most people think taxes only happen when governments officially raise them. Income tax, sales tax, property tax, the obvious stuff. But modern governments discovered something far more effective, making people poorer without calling it a tax at all. Your paycheck may go up, your tax rate may stay exactly the same, and yet somehow, groceries cost more, fuel costs more, rent costs more, interest payments rise, and life slowly feels heavier every year. That is the hidden power of silent taxation, because governments do not always need to directly take money from you. Sometimes, they simply reduce what your money can buy. History shows this trick is ancient. In ancient Rome, the empire faced massive expenses, wars, armies, political corruption, civil conflicts, and emperors needed more money than the economy could comfortably provide. Raising taxes openly was dangerous, so Roman rulers discovered another solution. They secretly reduced the silver inside coins while keeping the same official value. More coins could now be created from less precious metal. At first, it seemed to work, but eventually people noticed prices rising everywhere. The state had not officially raised taxes, yet ordinary citizens became poorer anyway. That was hidden taxation through inflation. Modern governments no longer shave silver off coins. Now they print money, expand debt, lower interest rates, and flood economies with liquidity during crises. Sometimes, these actions prevent collapse, but they also create inflation. When too much money enters the economy, prices begin rising everywhere. Food, housing, fuel, insurance, and inflation quietly taxes everyone holding cash and wages. Because your money buys less stability, less security, less peace of mind. If wages fail to rise as fast as prices, living standards slowly fall. Governments also borrow enormous amounts of debt. Wars, pandemics, stimulus spending, infrastructure, and debt allows politicians to spend today while pushing the cost into the future. But debt never disappears. Someone eventually pays for it, through higher taxes, inflation, or rising interest costs. Debt is taxation delayed through time. Then comes another hidden system most people barely notice: fiscal drag. Inflation pushes salaries higher on paper, but living costs rise too. Yet because income numbers increased, governments may quietly collect more taxes anyway. Then there are fees, licenses, permits, tolls, registration costs, administrative charges. Small financial cuts spread across everyday life. Each one feels minor alone, but together, they slowly increase the cost of existing inside the system. And then come tariffs. Politicians claim tariffs punish foreign countries, but tariffs often raise prices at home too. Imported products become more expensive. Businesses face higher costs, and ordinary people quietly absorb the burden through rising prices. A tariff is often just another tax wearing patriotic clothing. That is why hidden taxation is politically powerful. Visible taxes create visible anger. Hidden taxes spread slowly across inflation, debt, prices, fees, and weakened purchasing power. People feel poorer, but struggle to identify exactly where the pressure is coming from. And in modern economies, that complexity matters, because the more complicated the system becomes, the harder it becomes for ordinary people to see who is extracting value from them. The real issue is transparency, because taxes are not only collected on government forms, they are also collected at grocery stores, gas stations, mortgage payments, and every place where your purchasing power quietly disappears. The modern financial system does not always take wealth directly. Sometimes it slowly drains value through inflation, debt, rising costs, and weakened money. And because these pressures are spread across everyday life, most people never recognize the full system behind them. If you want to understand the hidden systems behind money, power, and modern life, subscribe to Capital Secrets.